Welcome back, everybody. Students across Central Texas will soon have much more time away from school with the upcoming fall and holiday breaks. And ahead of them having much more free time, medical experts are sharing reminders about how to keep them safe.
And it's even more timely because November is recognized as National Child Safety and Protection Month. So important to talk about. So joining us for this conversation is Krista Easley. She's a trauma coordinator at Baylor Scott & White's McLane Children's Medical Center. Krista, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you both for having me.
Okay, first off, tell us just a little bit more about your job. What kind of responsibilities do you have, and why is that so important for families in our area?
So I'm very blessed. I get to work in injury prevention and outreach at the hospital and within my community. And so I literally go out and talk to just our community about how to keep families safe, whether that's in car seats, on bicycles, or during breaks like we have coming up.
And I would imagine that's basically just to try to safeguard them before they have to maybe come to the hospital.
Absolutely. So the only cure for trauma is injury prevention, and so we find it very important as a lot of kids, whether it's a car wreck or just a broken arm, experience some sort of trauma in their life.
That is so interesting. Well, thank you for that context too.
Yes.
We want to talk about our prevention efforts. So we're coming up soon to, of course, fall break, and that will apply for many students out there. Holiday break as well is coming up soon. So why would you say that's a critical time to talk more about safety perhaps again?
So kids are very curious by kind of their nature, obviously, and they're probably spending time more with families outside of their own home. And so when they're in other homes, they're going to be curious, see what they have. What do they have that I don't have? And so parents might know their own kids, oh, this is what you need to be aware of and be careful around. But when you have other kids in the home, they might not know that yet.
What are some specific things that, if parents have kids have their friends over, or if they're sending their child to a friend's house, what are some maybe good practices for families to be aware of?
A big one is dogs. I think we all love dogs. We probably all own dogs, but certain dogs are more protective than others. Maybe you're going over with your little younger brother or sister and they're not used to being around small kids. And so dogs is a great one. It's a kind of a great opener to talk with kids. Hey, talk to the parents, talk to your friends first. Is the dog friendly? Have they ever bitten anyone? Is it okay for me to pet them? And kind of asking, where does that dog sleep too, or maybe where they eat, to know that those are their areas. We don't need to go near them, and that helps us be a little bit safer when we're at a friend's house.
It's a great example.
Yeah, for sure. And I know a lot of people, once the holidays start creeping by, they're wanting to put up all the different decorations from trees and the like. So are there any certain risks that come with doing that?
Oh, everything, right? Electricity in itself, I could go on and on about. It's a little bit of an unsafe thing that we have in our home, right? But a necessary evil. So a lot of our little toys and little lights and the fun little fidget spinners, a lot of them contain button batteries. And for our youngest kids, that's very dangerous. Everything kind of that they see on the floor that maybe falls out, they love to put in their mouth, right? And they swallow it, but those little airways don't quite clear it and they get stuck. And because they're batteries, they actually burn while they're just sitting there. And sometimes they're not able to tell us what they swallowed, what they ate, or that it's even hurting. And so we need to kind of be very clear and wary of those button batteries, where they are, where we have them located. My father has hearing aids, so he has button batteries all over his house.
Yeah.
And so we have to be very careful with our youngest.
It's almost thinking a step ahead of anything that could come
Yes,
up.
absolutely. A lot of our kids spend time with grandparents, and grandparents haven't had kids in the house in how many decades, right? And so asking those really pertinent questions, even some of the tough questions. Do you have a gun? Is it locked up? Are your bullets stored separately? How are you putting it away so that I know my kid can't reach it? I think a lot of grandparents are under the impression, oh, I can put it in the box on the top of my shelf in my closet and it'll be fine. That's not true. Kids are so curious and they're gonna explore. And as a grandparent, you might not think, oh, I have to have my eyes on them 24/7. Well, you do, and you have to be very, very cautious with some of those much more dangerous items.
Such a good reminder, too, as we enter into this season where there are so many fun things, like you said, the decorations, but having those conversations preemptively with your kids. So we are glad that you are working in our communities, Krista, and helping families learn how to have those conversations and ask those questions. I'm sure we will be checking back in with you as the holidays go on and learning more about these. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. And y'all stay safe.
Yes, stay safe. We love it. It's such a great message. Thank you, Krista. We'll be right back after the break.